Hello, thanks for joining me today. This is Samson's sketchbook, illustrated by Jill Mockingbird, versus by the good Lord. Here's Samson drawn by a Sunday school child. So for the last 15 years, I've drawn little doodles of the Bible to help me understand, and I put them together during quarantine. And then in Sunday school, I had I had the kids draw their favorite Bible character, and this guy drew Samson. I love it. Remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me. Judges 16:28. So just as a recap, there's a lot going on. Samson finds a woman to marry and says, let's have a feast, which is a custom. And the Philistines say, let's go to Samson's party. And 30 people go to Samson's party. And if they solve a riddle within 7 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they solve the riddle, you'll get 30 robes or undergarment and 30 sets of clothing. Samson will give it to you if you answer the riddle. If you can't explain the riddle, we can't solve the riddle. If you can't find the answer, you give Samson the clothes. So let's make a bet. Pose your riddle that we may hear it, said the Philistines. And so I should go back more, but Samson saw a lion with some honey in it. So his riddle is, out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the eater came something to eat, and out of the strong came something sweet. Sugar, cake, pie, candy, lollipop. What came out of the strong? What could the answer be? The Philistines said. They can't figure it out. So they go to Samson's wife and say, tell the Philistines the answer to the riddle. Says Samson's wife. The Philistines go to his wife and say, find the answer to the riddle. Tell the Philistines the answer to the riddle, says, or your house will be burned, and you. I didn't draw that out, but so the Philistines say, persuade your husband or else we'll get you. So Samson cries to her husband, why do you hate me? Tell me the answer to the riddle. My people do not know the answer. You do not love me. Tell the answer to us. You gave the riddle and you have not explained it to me. You haven't told me the answer to the riddle, Samson's wife cries. And Samson says, I haven't told my parents, why should I tell you? Samson hasn't told his parents the answer to the riddle. Why should he tell his wife? So she cried for 7 days, please tell me the answer. Her people, the Philistines, are mad at her and say, find out the answer or else. So on the 7th day, on the day of the feast, Samson told her the answer to the riddle. All right, I give up. Stop nagging me. So she gave the answer. He gave the answer to her, and she told the Philistines the answer because her people were threatening her. And the answer is, what is sweeter than honey? Nothing is sweeter than honey. And what is stronger than a lion? Nothing is stronger than a lion. They gave the answer, Samson the answer before sunset. They won the bet. So he said, if you haven't messed with my wife, if you hadn't plowed with my heifer, my woman, you would not have solved the riddle. You wouldn't have gotten the answer if you hadn't done that. Hey. So the Spirit of the Lord came on Samson, and he went down to Ashkelon and killed 30 of their men, killed 30 Philistines, and took their clothing and gave the changes of clothing to those who had explained the riddle. Samson gave the clothes to the Philistines who had solved the riddle because he was mad. So his anger was aroused. He was very mad. Samson returned to his dad's house. Samson's wife was given to his friend. The father-in-law gave Samson's wife to Samson's friend, the best man at his wedding, his companion at the wedding. So he's not going to be happy. Just like if I got married and my husband was given to my best friend. No, I don't think so. Judges 15:1. After a while, in the time of the wheat harvest, time to collect the wheat, Samson had a small goat and said, let me go into my wife's, into her room. Let me go in. But her father said no. I'm sorry. But her father would not permit him to go in. I thought you really hated her. I hate my wife. Samson's father thought that Samson hated his wife. So he gave Samson's wife to his friend, Samson's friend. And then he's like, isn't the younger sister better than the older sister? Take the younger sister. The younger sister is better than the older sister. Take my daughter, please, says the father-in-law. There's Samson's sister-in-law and father-in-law. Take my other daughter. And I don't think so. I think Samson really loved his wife. This time I shall be blameless regarding the Philistines if I harm them. So Samson went and caught 300 foxes. Caught the red fox, gray fox, I'm not sure. And he tied a torch to their tails and said, go. He let the foxes go, and they burned the Philistines' shocks. I think that's grain collected together, standing grain, as well as the vineyards and the olive groves. So Samson burned a lot, everything from the Philistines, all their produce and crops. And I did bring some olives. I had olives yesterday, and Samson burned the olive groves, and here are some olives. I like black olives myself. I don't know if Samson had black or green olives, but Samson burned all the olive groves, the wheat. I don't know if it was all of it or most of it. It definitely did cause some damage. So that's a little recap there of what's going on with Samson. Very dramatic. So thanks for joining me. We'll start again on Judges 15:6 next. Okay, God bless.